Millennial Naturals Kitty Cartel will have you addicted to how clean, balanced, and refreshed your kitty will feel after using their Kitty Crack Foam Wash. And their Kitty Crack Coke Soap will have you obsessed with how much it soothes itchiness and dryness and eliminates over sweating. Head to millennialnaturals.com to feel, smell, and taste better with their Kitty Cartel products. Oh, and one last thing. Tasha K's Kitty is spreading a little love to you with my coupon code TASHAK to help you save a little coin on your kitty for your next day.
Why the hell so many people are trying to tell me to slow down? Seems like motherfuckers should be shutting the hell up and enjoying the show.
What was your childhood like coming up?
My childhood was great until my the black women in my family pushed my.
Oh, don't try to put this on black women. I'm doing that. Don't do that. You gaslighting now.
I'm doing that.
You gaslighting.
What you asked
Because
me
if the same thing keeps happening to you, you have to take a step back and take a look at self.
all the black women in my family were toxic. My grandma used to get drunk and wave her shotgun at us.
Okay.
Toxic. I had another aunt used to buy all my cousins freezes of candies, never bought me shit.
Okay.
Toxic. Used to let my other cousins play the game, never let me play the game. Toxic. Every black woman in my life that I've ever been in the care of has done me filthy. And I was a kid.
And you just now realize that?
I've been realized that. That's why I don't fuck with none of them.
So who you
But
fucking
I stayed
now?
loyal. Who am I fucking?
Yeah, who you fucking now? Black women,
women.
white women?
I've never had sex with a white woman in my life. I'm 28 years old. But that don't mean I can't tell black women about themselves. Who the fuck is black women to think that we can't tell them about themselves? When they got a problem with us, they let the world, they don't just let us know, they let the world know. They come up to your job, try to humiliate you. But why we can't say, sweetheart, you need to be a little bit more feminine.
So how did your aunts, your mom, cousins, how did that affect your life coming up? Because I've had toxic uncles. They used to get drunk, but it never affected my life. How did it affect your life? To the point where you feel as if almost every black woman is toxic.
Okay. Before I answer that, I don't feel every black woman is toxic. I feel black women in America are toxic. Because I talk to black.
You obviously ain't been to Africa and seen the African women.
They might be, but I talk to some women from Africa.
Okay.
And they don't act like that.
Okay. You can't generalize all black women in America as a whole.
I'm not, but I'm saying average black.
You understand that we're taught that rhetoric to think that our people are a certain way. And that's just surprising coming from you. No, I grew up in the ghetto. You're not gonna lie to me. But you grew up in the ghetto.
My sisters is toxic.
Okay.
Black women, listen, here's the thing. We gotta share the blame here. For how many years has it been ain't shit, black men, and black women ain't never once in their life out of all the years I've been on the internet. My first lecture was the black woman is God. Let's not forget that. So I've been repping, I came out repping. Black women betrayed me. I ain't betrayed black women.
You repped black women, but
and they slit my throat.
You also wanted to multiple black women at the same time as well. So how do you build a black woman up to tell her you're not enough? Because you do believe in polygamy.
Here's the thing.
Let's get it.
I'm not telling nobody they're not enough.
Okay.
All I'm saying is be a grown, mature adult. Be a grown, mature adult.
How do you expect a 19-year-old to be a grown, mature adult? Golden was 19 when you met her.
I was only 3 years older than her.
But Golden was 19 when you met her, right?
That's
so
right.
how do you expect her to be someone my age?
Exactly. Now here's the thing.
Okay.
She was 19. I was 3 years older than her. That girl not stupid. That girl not stupid. Now, people keep talking about when I was 17 years old, I made $40,000. Kids ain't stupid. Not saying she a kid. We not stupid.
Okay.
I made $1.4 million last year on my own with no team.
But you can be smart.
So I'm saying it to say this.
But not mature.
I didn't expect her to do nothing. When I started talking to Golden, she came into a polygamous relationship. I was already talking to somebody else. So let's not sit here and act like that girl came over here and I finessed that girl. That girl came into me talking to somebody else and got into it with the woman I was already talking to and fucked that whole relationship up.
So what does that tell you? Her having to mess up another relationship with you and another woman,
it on purpose.
But yet tells you, yes, I'm okay with being polygamous, but nobody's married here. How are you a polygamist and nobody's married?
Because polygamy is illegal according to the United States government. Meanwhile, bestiality and homosexuality is legal over here in over 11 states. So I can't legally marry somebody as a polygamist or else I would have.
You can marry one and court others. I'm sorry.
But I don't want to be injuncted to the government.
How would you be injuncted to the government? Men have wives and they have mistresses, and that's not illegal.
Because if I would have married this woman, right? If I would have married her and she would have slit my throat like she just tried to do, right? And we would have been going through a divorce, she'd have been able to get into my pockets financially and damage me and for shit that she didn't do anything for. See, here's the thing, when I met Golden, right? She was at home with her parents. There's no shot at her. There's no shot at her. I carried this woman on my back for 5 years. She didn't have a license. Everywhere she wanted to go, I drove her, no complaints. It ain't never been a month that went by where it wasn't groceries in that fridge. I home birthed both my children. I paid for that. Everything she wanted to do, I paid for. Her logo, I paid for that. Sat down, made this woman get a notebook, taught her how to start a corporation. I never dealt with Golden from a point of view of be my sidekick. Let me say this, I tried to build her up. My son's mother, same thing. When I was trapping and in the street and doing thug things, my son's mother loved me. She gonna lie though because her parents are middle-class Christians and she probably be lying about she used to come together, but yes, she did. Mm-hmm. Now, when I told my son's mother, let's eat healthy, let's read, let's work out, that's when I wasn't interested no more. So my main thing is, it ain't even just Golden. It's every black woman that I've dealt with. I tried to show them how to get a bag. I tried to show them how to get on their square. Women, this is what it is. And I'm gonna end here.
Do you have a daughter?
2.
Do you expect your 19-year-old daughter to be carried out by a man who's in their 20s, okay, already in the streets?
I wasn't in the streets.
Were you out of the streets then?
Yes.
Okay.
I've been in the streets since about 2011.
Okay. So
I was doing this when I met Golden.
Okay, so you're doing this. You already got your career going. You're a little bit further ahead than she is mentally. So you expect a woman who's been courted under her parents, okay, her whole life to come out into a world and know how to be a wife and be mature?
Because I wasn't trying to do all that. She wanted, even down to my kids, right? Not saying I didn't want my kids or I don't want my kids. She wanted the kids. That girl, listen, everything that girl got, she asked for. We wasn't doing nothing, but we could have been in a relationship and just been kicking it. I didn't need her help at all for what I'm doing, obviously. You was not trying to downgrade her, but you was just a girlfriend, a companion. You wanted the kids. You asked for the kids, 2 to be exact, and you got 2 kids. I asked her, do you want to get money or do you want to be a housewife? She said she wanted to be a housewife. I made her a housewife. So everybody looking at me like, well, what do you expect? I expected her to do what she said she wanted to do.
I mean, I really can't go along with the fact that you made her a housewife and you didn't legally marry her, because being a housewife and being a wife means if something happens to you, these children are going to be okay. She's going to be okay. But if something happens to her or you now, guess where she's left?
That's on her.
Why is that on her? You help make those children.
My children good. They got life insurance policy. They got everything they need. She's in a position that she chose to put herself in.
I think that's the problem. You know, we have people really look up to you, young Pharaoh. You know that? Even though we have a lot of questions here from the viewers, people really look up to you because it has nothing to do with your aesthetics.
People look up the drama.
No. I think sometimes you're so focused on the drama that you really can't see what you put into people. Your message was always strong. I'm
not focused on drama.
No. You said people look up to drama.
Yeah.
But you're not looking at
people
what your viewers see.
People didn't even pay me attention until she started talking shit about me on
That's not true. You had 600,000 followers plus more.
Yeah, but the black community, not the black community.
What?
Not the majority of the black community.
Pharaoh, really?
No, yeah, really.
Really?
Yeah, really.
So who was following you?
Yeah, really.
Who was following you?
A lot of mixed races of people. But the average person, listen, I could call the average person right now in the hood and they all say the same thing. Damn, bro, I've been doing this time, I wouldn't even pay you that much attention. I see what you're doing. That's how I get acknowledged by the average person.
I'm going to have to, as someone on the outside that has been following you for about 3-4 years now, I'm going to have to disagree with that because everyone that I know that is especially in the conscious community knows you. okay? And they know your message. Now, a lot of them may not agree with your message, but to say, oh, they didn't know me until all this drama happened.
No, I said they wasn't paying no attention.
Paying attention.
It wasn't.
How can you say people weren't paying attention?
Unless they was talking shit.
You were getting hundreds. During COVID, did you know that you were the only creator streaming upwards of 40 to 50,000 people live?
Yeah, I know that.
Black creator as well?
Yeah.
So why would you say that nobody paid attention to you?
Because it wasn't just white. That was a lot of races of people. That wasn't just black. I'm talking about the specific.
So you really think black people did not put you on?
The specific, nah. I didn't say that. I put myself on.
No. You can't say that.
How did I get on?
You can't say
that. How did
I
get on? How did I get on?
Where'd you get the money for the jury?
How did I get on? I worked for it.
How?
I worked for it. Doing lectures and traveling. Not scamming none of that. But let me ask you, how did I get on?
What happened to the money that the viewers donated
my
to
attorney,
help you to sue YouTube?
My lawsuit is in. Attorney got it.
Wasn't the lawsuit dismissed?
It's finna go to the what is it, 9th Division, 9th Circuit Supreme Court, something like that.
What about the Sandra Bland?
And we expect, let me say this, we expected it to be dismissed because the lawyer is a Jew. I mean, the judge is a Jew. So we expected it to be dismissed to go to a higher circuit court. Now, I'm very competent of the law. So when most people say, wasn't it dismissed? Not saying you, but people be saying that, oh, it was dismissed. Most of these people don't realize I'm the one who put a 330-30 motion into it, Erie County Supreme Court by myself pro se and got my conviction and my verdict set aside 2 weeks after being sentenced. So imagine blowing trial and the judge say guilty and then 2 weeks later you no longer guilty.
How much does an average lecture cost?
I was charging like $20, $25.
How many people would show up?
Sometimes 150, sometimes 30.
How you afford a 40,000 custom made watch?
Because
listen, I'm a YouTuber and I get bread.
Because I run an online university.
Okay.
And I have people that love to learn. Okay. But that don't mean it's only black people.
Okay.
That's my point. A lot of people in my community started paying me more attention now when my baby mothers started bashing me than they was when I was walking around. That's just the truth.
I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with that because those views between you and your baby mother, now they may garner some views, 15, 20,000 at the most, where your lecture videos were getting upwards of 500,000 views, Pharaoh. You cannot...
Like 50 to 70,000.
No, I saw videos on your channel with like 200, 500,000, especially during COVID when you were probably one of the only...
Okay, now let's be distinguished something here.
Okay.
COVID lecture videos are not what I consider lectures. Mm-hmm. I consider that me trying to save the goddamn country.
And do you not think
I'm talking about lectures.
Okay.
I'm talking about polypeptides, nuclear acids, biology, technology, shit like that.
Okay.
No. The average black person was not paying me attention. Chakras, acupuncture, neurons in the brain, they were not paying me attention. They were not. It's just the truth. Now the government shit, they start paying me attention because everybody's ass was on the line. Mm-hmm. But I've been doing this for 5 years. Before I started trying to save the goddamn country, it was a small group of people paying me attention. People was calling me crazy.
Are you?
No, I'm not crazy. Do I look crazy to you?
I don't know what look crazy looks like.
What's crazy?
I don't know. That's why I'm
Crazy
asking.
people don't make $1.4 million on their own.
Crazy people make money all the time.
Polypeptides, nuclear acids, biology, technology, shit like that.
Okay.
No. The average black person was not paying me attention. Chakras, acupuncture, neurons in the brain, they were not paying me attention. They were not. It's just the truth. Now the government shit, they start paying me attention because everybody's ass was on the line. Mm-hmm. But I've been doing this for 5 years. Before I started trying to save the goddamn country, it was a small group of people paying me attention. People was calling me crazy.
Are you?
No, I'm not crazy. Do I look crazy to you?
I don't know what crazy looks like.
What's crazy?
I don't know. That's why I'm
Crazy
asking.
people don't make
You
$1.4 million on their own.
Crazy people make money all the time.
Not like that.
Okay. Mentally ill.
Listen here, if I'm mentally ill, I don't mind because I'm very intelligent.
Have you been diagnosed?
No. And if I was to be diagnosed, I would question who's diagnosing me. The white man?
I mean, we have black doctors too.
The black, what do they believe? What do they know about the world? How you going, listen, if you stupider than me, you can't diagnose me.
Where did you, going back to your childhood, and this is why I wanted to follow, because you mentioned a lot of toxicity amongst the women in your family. Somehow you left the men out. We'll talk about that later.